Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna be talking about my application which I have made using React, Node, and a little bit of AI. I have integrated the AI with backend, and today I'm gonna be explaining how my application works. So it is AI recipe generator application which has a React frontend which uh, request to the backend with the data user have provided with using a form, and the backend will then provide the same data to the locally running AI model or an API based model. You can use any of both of these models, and which will respond with an recipe, and which will go through our backend and show to the front end. So it is basically a project with I have used React, Tailwind CSS, and then we have used Node.js with Express and an LM Studio AI which runs locally just like this. So it is accessible at this port. We use the same port in our backend server file to get the data passed through backend into that same AI. So let me show you an example of how the application works. This is the front end of the application. It has basically an input or a form, and the navigation menu is made out of Tailwind CSS. On the rest of his application, I've used Tailwind CSS only. So let us try an example. We enter uh, all the recipes we want to generate. So we add ingredients, let's say this, and so here we get this ready for a recipe. Basically this is uh, this is a this is a conditional rendering which happens when user enters three or greater ingredients so that we can generate a recipe with little bit of context that AI needs. So when we click on get recipe, the the request gets to this AI, and as you can see, the request is over here, and it generates it very fast because it's a small AI model. And here we can see AI Chef recommends, and it has full of its ingredients and full instructions. It is a small AI model, so you can run it locally, and it is fast as well. So it was a small application, but it helped me learn things I learned from this project. So how requests from frontend are made. So how frontend demands data from the backend, and then conditional rendering where user must have to add three or greater than three recipes or ingredients to make finally get a recipe, and how backend processes the request and communicates with other applications such as you can see LM Studio over here. It's exposing an API, a local API, so that Node.js server can access through it. So basically, it works as a pipeline between these two applications to run it smoothly. It does most of the work over here, but it is very simple and simple logic. So here it is. So this is the model I'm using, and I'm using Axios to do the request for that goes locally. So it is this is a small system prompt, and we have some restrictions as well, such as max tokens, and we have also added the roles in future if we want to make more roles or do such things. It is possible too, and yeah, front end is made with Tailwind CSS and React. Thank you, everyone.